Hey everybody, Sean from Movie Assault here, and it's time for episode 7 of the Halloween 15 for 2021. And this time out, I'm going to be taking a look at The Brain That Wouldn't Die from 1962. And The Brain That Wouldn't Die centers around Dr. Bill Courtner. He's played by Herb Evers, and he's a man who's been performing some unethical experiments involving human patients. He's grafted body parts from corpses onto living bodies to various degrees of success. When he uses his techniques to revive a man who's been pronounced dead on the operating table, he believes he's on the right track to revolutionizing science. Ethics be damned. So he plans to celebrate with his girlfriend, Jan, who's played by Virginia Leith. I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. And those plans are cut short by a car accident. Bill is thrown from the vehicle, but Jan's head is decapitated. Unable to save her, Bill does what any normal person would do. He takes her head, wraps it in his jacket, and stumbles back to his laboratory. He plans to keep her head alive until he can find a suitable body for it. So for the rest of the movie, basically, Bill prowls strip clubs and city streets for the right woman to abduct and kill for her body. Meanwhile, Jan discovers that the chemicals that Bill uses to keep her brain alive also give her these strange powers over one of Bill's former experiments, which is a thing that's kept locked in a closet for safety. I really have to confess that I have a soft spot in my heart for The Brain That Wouldn't Die. When I was 5 years old, one of the local TV stations spent a week hyping this film up. Like, you can't wait to see this. It's going to be the greatest thing ever. And my 5-year-old brain bought into this hook, line, and sinker. So I stayed up late that Saturday night. I convinced a friend of mine to come over and watch it with me. She got scared like super early into the movie. She was kind of a wuss. And she left me by myself to watch this movie. I really couldn't handle when the movie's monster in a closet was revealed. I ran down the flight of stairs outside my bedroom door. I ran down so fast, I don't think my feet ever touched a step on the way down. And that was my first experience being scared out of my brain by a horror movie. I never watched the movie again until about 10 years ago, and predictably it didn't have quite the same effect. But I decided to rewatch it this year because I remembered really very little about it other than that scene that scared the crap out of me. And honestly, viewed through adult eyes, The Brain That Wouldn't Die is more sleazy than it is scary. Dr. Bill's journey through swanky burlesque clubs and body beautiful contests simply provides an insight into director-co-writer Joseph Green's warped sense of female objectification more than anything. Even when it's viewed as a product of its time, it's still rather repulsive. Co-star Virginia Leith hated this film so much that she refused to return to overdub some of her dialogue, so her character's voice actually ends up changing from scene to scene. And I really have to confess that this is a movie that was improved significantly when Mystery Science Theater 3000 gave it their treatment in 1993. But even so, it's still the film that introduced me to the joys of being scared out of my mind by a horror film. I don't recommend it at all, but I'll always love it for that reason alone. And just a bit of trivia, because this was the first monster movie to scare the bejesus out of me, the film's creature in the closet is used in my website's logo, and it is used on the title screens on most of the videos that I post here on YouTube. It's just my little tribute to the movie's effect on 5-year-old me. So that's the mutated looking head that you see at the beginning of some of my videos, and you'll see as the profile picture for my YouTube channel. So being honest, giving this an honest review, I'm giving it a 3 out of 10. But in my heart of hearts, I have to give it a 9 out of 10 because it's a terrible movie, but it has made such a big impact on me, and really I think it's the first movie that really got me to love horror movies and the effect that they can have on you, even if nowadays it's completely weak and ridiculous. So there you go. That's my review of The Brain That Wouldn't Die from 1962. Stay tuned for episode 8 of the Halloween 15, which will be about Fade to Black from 1980. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take it easy.